What is up, guys? It's your boy Andy Matrix. So, technology. Now, look, I like technology. I really do. I got myself a nice computer. I got a nice laptop. I got nice cell phone. I got some nice equipment here to help me make these YouTube videos. So, technology is absolutely great. My favorite technology is travel. Like airplanes. One of the best technologies we've ever invented, being able to fly through the air and travel from one country to the other. You know, air travel is absolutely amazing. And without air travel, how else were we, are you going to Japan? You need to get on a plane, you need to fly. Otherwise, well, anyways. So there comes a time where we had to put a stop to it, right? You got to hit the brakes, once in a while. You got to stop and take a few steps back and really think about, man, are we moving a little too fast here?
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Are we moving a little too fast? I feel as though many of the things that are being pushed on humanity, we are just not prepared to consume. Like virtual reality, for example. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about why science, how many of the science fiction movies like I, Robot and Terminator and, a lot of these science fiction movies are just becoming true. The Hunger Games, for God's sakes. But for this video, I am going to use Ready Player One because it's one of my favorite science fiction movies, and I read the book. I read both novels. One of the coolest things. If you've never read a Ready Player One, right, I'm gonna break it down to you and how a lot of the things in the book is actually happening now. So Ready Player One is about this. It takes place in the year 2040, which we're only 20 years away from it, right? So we're not too far from it. And everybody is, the real world is so messed up. There's an energy crisis. There is, like food shortages. There are, the education system has moved online because, I guess, I don't know if it's more convenient, but it has moved online. And there's this virtual world called the Oasis where everybody just lives in there and stays in there to work, socialize, do everything.
My name's Wade Watts. My dad picked that name because it sounded like a superhero's alter ego, like Peter Parker or Bruce Banner. But he died when I was a kid, my mom too. And I ended up here, sitting here in my tiny corner of nowhere. There's nowhere left to go. Nowhere. Except the Oasis. A whole virtual universe.
So in the Oasis, people are there, man. And everybody has a headset on. They plug into the virtual world and escape to another reality. In the Oasis, you can play video games, hang out with your friends, level up your character, do whatever. And that's pretty much the story. And then, our main character, Wade, he we see his life going from living in what is called the stacks. And the stacks is becoming more of a reality because the stacks is basically kind of like these mobile homes, right? These mobile homes stacked up on each other, hence the name, the stacks. And Wade lives in the stack with his aunt, right? He's his parents died, whatever. And I see this as the housing crisis. The stacks are basically the housing crisis. The cost of living, all of that stuff, and there's just a lot of problems in the world. And the education system, like I say, moves online. So Wade actually graduated high school right there from the virtual world. And in the virtual world, you can pretty much learn anything, whether if it's history, whatever kind of books you can get them. Everything is on whatever is online. It is there for you to consume, so you can educate yourself on the internet no matter what. So, and that's basically what's happening now. Everything is just becoming digitized, and now freaking Mark Zuckerberg and a whole bunch of other corporations, they want us to move into the virtual world. And it's kind of scary. I don't think it's gonna happen that fast, but they sure as heck are trying to push it as fast as they can, right? And one of the reasons why I decided to make this video is because recently the Apple Vision has been announced, and I believe that I don't know how new it is, if this is like the second version, the Pro version, but it's here. The Apple Vision is here, and it's it's absolutely insane. I mean, take a look at some of the things that this can do.
You've heard all about it. Apple's
Vision Pro.
It's the company's biggest bet yet on a future beyond the iPhone.
Let's do this.
Yes, I got my hands on it and didn't take it off my face for 24 hours. What could go wrong? As soon as you put on the headset, you see the real world. Right here is a grid of apps, the home screen. You just look at what you want to select. Then you use your hands to select it. Right now, I'm looking at settings. Now App Store, Notes, Photos, Safari. And to select one, I just pinch. It's really intuitive. And to scroll, you just pinch.
So the Apple Vision is basically augmented reality. So it can be both virtual reality and augmented reality, because it basically puts all the images, the television, the images, the pictures, the videos, all in the real world. So you put on your glasses and you can basically touch it like it was a touch screen, right? It does everything. So, and this is the way that these corporations want us to live. Essentially, Ready Player One, And I'm not here to tell people how to live their lives, but I don't think the world is ready for this. And this is exactly what, a lot of science fiction movies are warning us about. And another thing that you have to keep in mind is that look at the way the world is going, especially in Western societies like America, the UK, Canada, celebrities, right? Celebrities trying to become, the president of the country, blah, 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 That was the message in Ready Player One. That's exactly what happened in Ready Player One. We have, Donald Trump was a celebrity. He became a president, and now you have The Rock, Taylor Swift. There's gonna be some celebrities that are gonna want to become, presidents in America, especially. So, I don't know, man. One of the things that I've noticed is that people have become more antisocial after the pandemic. After the coup, the 2020 wonderful year with the C-19, let's just say, right? So people have become more antisocial. You see it; it's there. It's this is true. And I'm not saying like everybody's antisocial, but like more and more people have become just very in their own little worlds, and they're just getting used to not having anybody. And our technology is basically training us to like not need other people. And then virtual reality, things like the Apple Vision, is going to hit the nail on the head. And then there's going to be a group of people who are going to resort, right? They're going to resort to just the virtual world because they can't, for many reasons. And the virtual world is going to be a cheaper way to live. Because if you can't afford a lot of things, aka the cost of living, where else can you get it except, for example, the internet, cyberspace? And along with the 2020 pandemic, virtual reality, there is a crisis of relationships in the world, especially in the Western world. First world countries, there is a crisis. Because dating apps like Tinder have changed the dating world, where like, now we have like a high population of men that have like no dating prospects, right? There's gonna be a lot of lonely men, and honestly, there's a lot of lonely women, because believe it or not, a lot of these OnlyFans girls and adult chicks, they're lonely as heck. But their counterparts is basically the men that don't get any action. You guys get the point. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy out there. I mean, dating apps like Tinder changed the world. All this technology is just is become so unstable, and I don't see this, ending up very well. So there really wasn't a point to this video. The point of this video really was to just kind of like, I guess, express myself and really make a comparison. Science fiction movies like Ready Player One and their predictions actually coming to the real world. And I, for one, I don't want to live in that type of world. I really don't. I don't want to live in that Ready Player One type of world. I like nature. I like, I like a lot of technology needs to slow down. That's what I'm trying to say. Technology needs to slow down, and technology has helped me a lot because I know I did come from a poor country myself, but it is just scary what we are able to do now with technology. It's like we don't need people, and now there's like this whole thing about, you know, let's say that, the love dolls, the AI robots. Not only are they taking their jobs, but also like, relationship replacements. People are gonna be dating, are gonna getting married with a female robot instead of a actual human. It's already happening in Japan, with the Japanese, freaking, the Japanese are like dating, they're dating anime characters that are not real. And who am I to tell people how to live? Well, I mean, would you prefer a human or something that's not real? I prefer reality. You know, I just thought we'd bring this to life. I wanted to start this discussion because I am genuinely worried about this crap. Like I am. And I don't know. How do you guys feel about this whole thing? How do you guys feel about, virtual reality, augmented reality, the Apple Vision, all this technology is just, I don't think it's going to make, I think part of it is going to make things easier, but I don't think it's going to make people happier. Because in order for people to be happier, we have to need each other. You need people, you need friends, family, good relationships, things of that nature. And if you don't have those things, if you just have materialism, then you're not going to be very fulfilled. And I guess I'm just preaching here, kind of like telling people, yeah, I guess I am preaching. Screw it. I am preaching, but I don't know how else to put it. So make sure to comment below. Make sure to like this video. Tell me what you think, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for future notifications. It's your boy, Animatrix. Godspeed, baby.